Hello and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. So I believe this is going to be our next area to go, which is another really risky thing for a pregnant woman to do.
Her brothers died.
And yeah, so I think we have only a few people left.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Yeah, I hope people are still enjoying this. Don't get, like, as much as I'm shitting on some of the choices, there are some things about this game that I do actually enjoy. Like, it does look nice. There's a couple of cool sequences. Yeah, I just kind of feel like maybe this game might be... It might be like trying to do something that I'm just not well suited for. Also, this person had a pole to get down. That's freaking sweet.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Oh, cool. Good for her. Okay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Interesting. Oh, all right. So that's our mom. Why can't... Oh, all right.
Louis was born a year later.
Strange. Love at first sight, I guess. I mean, good on them. But yeah, I was editing out the last part, and I kind of was like, God, I really hope people are enjoying this, because I don't want to shit on this. I think most of my problems may come with the decisions of the characters, not the game itself.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
So she came back?
Happy to have her back.
Yeah,
she... see kids in the house again.
So that's why she came back. Interesting. Okay.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
You know, maybe they could go ahead and they could just get rid of the old people's rooms. You know, you don't need to have a memory of a dude who was like alive 70 years ago and hasn't been around for 3 decades, but I guess that's just maybe my youthful arrogance talking.
Things were good. Almost normal.
Wait, did they actually teach the kids here too? Were the kids homeschooled?
But it didn't last.
Gee, I wonder why. Okay. Patient question, we should have about this experiment data conclusion. Okay.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
This entire family just seems like bad decision makers. I think that's really going to be the gist of this story. So what's happening here? What? And what the heck? Are we... Okay, that's actually kind of neat. Boy, they literally built the kid his own castle with like a greenhouse on top? How did they make their money? Were they just really rich from something? Did they just like invest in Apple? Like this is really curious. The magic paintbrush.
Finch in the magic paintbrush.
Okay, how long is this actually going to go for? Don't tell me that's Milton's story. What?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
No, I'm gonna try to be positive about this. Okay, so Milton went ahead, he painted himself a magic portal to Narnia.
Mom spent months searching for my brother.
And
then she sealed the doors.
And then he went ahead and he probably had to go fight the White Witch or whatever she was. Yep, that's what happened to the brother. Got it. Yeah, he went to Narnia.
Found in the house. Mom didn't want it getting out.
Never Milton found in the house? What? Huh, okay. Oh, so there's nothing over here. Alright. I keep on expecting there to be like collectibles or something. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess let's go this way instead. Or let's go screw myself, Boundless. Never mind.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Did they seriously have the kid living up here? A stiff breeze would blow this over. Man, this is horribly unsafe.
He just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Well, that was nice of her. Good God, yeah, these people, like, I need to send OSHA to, like, everywhere these people touch. My God. They are horrible. And they built it out of a frickin' boat? Yeah, this is incredibly unsafe living conditions for a child. Okay, game, Yeah, the controls for moving stuff around are kind of finicky. They're a little annoying to use. He literally sat inside all day smoking and jerking off and probably playing games.
Room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
What, he never showered? Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Honestly, I feel like this is another kid that probably should have just been forced to join the army. Probably would have made his life a lot better. Send it into the psychiatry.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
His mind began to what? I can't touch that game, so... What am I...
wander.
Oh, okay, I had to... Oh! Interesting. Alright. Cool. Oh, this is actually really kind of interesting. So we're playing as like a...
I asked him to describe it.
Yeah, we're playing as like a hero in a cavern?
He said he started small.
Fuck the fish, I'm just gonna play this.
He'd feel his
Sure.
way about. Then something moved.
Okay. Can I just like keep you down? Can I say keep you here? Of course not. So we have to keep doing this, really? Okay, game needed a... Then something moved, alright.
Bats. And toads.
Boy, that's a...
And things that have not names.
Okay, so that's like a dragon. What do you mean things that have
He knew
not
it was all
names?
in his head.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was actually really cool.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
I actually kind of like this art style too. I kind of would like to see a game that's done like this. Yeah, that could actually be really interesting. The sort of top-down 3D look.
But he found something more.
Oh.
I worried about him then.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was actually pretty...
Cannery.
That was a pretty cool transition, I'm not gonna lie.
I spoke with his boss.
So she spoke with his boss,
But
why?
he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Okay, so yeah, he's basically just like
The whole
operating on
new
muscle
Lewis.
memory. Yeah. You know, that's pretty much how I got
So
my
I had
job
to
when I
go.
worked in a shitty factory. I did some work like that when I was in high school as like temp work over summers. Absolutely hated it, but...
I even encouraged him.
Well, okay, so what's gonna be the downside of it?
It
Am I
seemed
gonna like...
very promising at first.
Am I gonna like chop my hand off in the thing and stop paying attention?
He told me he'd made a new friend.
I mean, to be honest, puppers are a good friend, so I don't really blame him.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Wow, okay, that's a bad sign. I mean, that's actually just a lack of
Set it up
creativity.
slowly, brick by brick.
Yeah, imagine if I had a city named Boundless Topia or something. That would just be stupid. Little arm wavy flail. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. So what, is he... Is he literally just like being the dude who everybody loves? Huh, alright, kinda like the music here.
Grew stronger.
Yeah, might actually be quiet here just so I can watch this. Yeah, just so I can get to listen to this.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him.
What struck him?
Crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Okay, so he's just
They
doing
him to stay.
He's
His
just
mind was already wandering.
doing pure escapism. Okay.
It became
Sounds
a
about
game
right.
for him.
Yeah, so he obviously has no future and he feels lost, so he just kind of finds a place to
Conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Yeah, he'd find a place to escape to, I guess. Which is normal, I'll be honest.
Louisville.
Yeah, that's something I can actually very much sympathize with. But the answer isn't to fall into escapism, it's to basically tackle the underlying
He
problem.
started drifting away from our reality.
Oh, so he's like actually just a schizophrenic, alright.
Minneapolis. Until one day
Okay,
he
that's
forgot to
actually
go
really
home from
funny.
the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I mean, eventually he would pass out and just collapse, right?
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Sure. I guess a handsome queen.
handsome queen.
Alright, this controls a little bit awkwardly. Yeah, it doesn't really move that smoothly. Okay, it's kind of cool that we're actually cutting through the colors, too.
The queen was on her own quest for
Let's do Sinister Stirpins, why not?
sinister serpents.
Alright. Okay, this is actually a kind of interesting one, because I can definitely sympathize with the whole, like... let's do a harp, why not? Let's stick with the theme. Electric sitar, alright.
Silver
Yeah.
harp.
Yeah, I can definitely sympathize with the whole, like, escapism to get through drearing monotony. Yeah, I mean, even nowadays, I'll find myself doing that a lot if I'm doing something that just, like, drives me fucking crazy.
His
Like a
chase
really
led him
tedious
to a golden
workout.
palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Oh, okay.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Curious, so they're just giving us tons of fish. You know, I feel like a good manager would probably have stopped this from happening at this point. Been like, he's not operating
But
safely.
he was
He's
so
not
proud
in
of having
reality.
created it.
Yeah, this kid isn't operating in reality. Like, you have an obligation to...
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Yeah, you have an obligation to, like, stop enabling this, men.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
No, that's clearly not the real Lewis. Because if it was, he'd be doing it. He wouldn't be sitting here chopping salmon.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
I mean, technically he's right, but... Huh. Okay, I really like this section. This is actually really cool. This is a really interesting idea of playing as somebody who's like lost grip with reality. Okay, so what... the hell?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Okay. Why are there just like buckets of dead fish? This seems unsanitary. But I guess what do I know? I've never worked in a meat processor. Yeah, and he's just like going through the motions. Okay, I assume...
still thought I could save him.
This is a veritable mountain of
Even
fish,
after
my
he said
god.
He's been crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
The king of Wonderland, wow, alright.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
I really like this art style. This is actually really neat. It reminds me of Necropolis, if any of you guys have ever played that. Yeah, I really dig this art style. This looks really cool. I like this a lot.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting me.
The Calico? What? A cat? Okay, sure, I guess. Okay, so what now? But yeah, no, this is actually really kind of cool. This is probably my favorite part of the game so far.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
I have a theory what's about to happen. And
There's only one thing left to do.
I think it's not a good thing. Yeah, let's go see what's happening here.
Bend down his head.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So he was 22. Yeah, here's a piece of advice from somebody who definitely has been in a similar position as that kid. If you're a young person, you're like 18, 19, 20, and something like that is happening, do something fucking wild. I'm personally of the opinion that if you're that lost, honestly, doing a...
from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
I'm actually want to ramble about this because that was actually really cool. I'm in a good mood now. If you're in that part of a position, I'm of the opinion joining like a reserve element of the military, if you have no moral objection to it, is probably your best bet. And it's something that I very deeply regret not doing when I was 18, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. But I mean, honestly, even something like go join like the Peace Corps, or do something kind of crazy. Because people that are in that position are basically stuck in a rut. They're stuck in a rut, and they have no sense of self, they have no sense of future, they have no plan, they have no discipline. Yeah, do that. That is your number one goal, I would say. If you're in a position ever like that kid, where you feel lost, just like hard right turn into the unknown. And whatever happens, it will almost certainly shake you out of whatever state you're in, and it will put you on a path. It's another thing that I very deeply regret not doing
before we left to tell Edie.
A few times that I had the opportunity when I was younger.
To make it easier or harder.
I'd hope she wanted to make it easier, because that'd be really shitty to do to someone. Yeah.
I wish we'd stayed.
What?
I understand why we left.
I feel like staying here is just going to make things worse. Like, I'm pretty sure that Edie is just an enabling idiot.
Mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I'm virtually certain
What
that
happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I'm virtually certain that Edie is making the world a worse place by enabling this and clinging on to these old memories that are just
Maybe
dragging
she
these people
thinks
down. Yeah, so where are we then? So I just said Edith. Is this the grandma's room?
But it had to end one way or another.
No, this couldn't be.
All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Oh wait, no, this is our room. This is actually Edith's room. Okay. So what's her story?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Okay, so this is the last night that we spent there when we were,
the power had been shut off that morning.
what, 11?
But Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Yeah, probably not. I want to know what this family's obsession with secret passages was. Also, that in no way, shape, or form is a hidden entrance. I just want to make that very clear. You can literally look through here and be like, huh, there's clearly a path through. Yeah, no, this is I like the house idea is kind of cool. The whole idea of the cursed family is kind of cool. I'm really into that last sequence.
What you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch. Is that my mom? Oh, no, this is the old woman.
Many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Wait, does that house have a bell that's ringing? Isn't it been submerged for 100 years?
The fog rolled in. I lost my way.
Okay, well if I just keep on going this direction, I should be okay, although I think I just got teleported.
I got turned around.
Huh. Were we stuck out here when the tide came rushing back in and then she almost drowned or something? Does it turn out that it's the ghost of Edie?
I wondered.
Yeah, is it going to be the ghost of Edie that we hear? That's been living there with us? That would actually be an interesting twitch.
Seeing things.
Oh, hello. Yeah, there's a deer, the same one that killed Sam, I bet. This is all ghosts, isn't it?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like what?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
I'm pretty sure most of this would have been destroyed by being underwater. Few things on Earth corrode as hard as salt water. Yeah. Most of this should be gone, I think, but alright.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. Next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
I kind of don't blame the mom for leaving them.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Okay.
A few years went by.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a dandelion made of flowers. There's a dandelion, not made of flowers. It's a dandelion seed made of words, I guess.
Pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
We're a kid being born. This is a diary for the baby.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Okay, so that was What Remains of Edith Finch. I think I was the wrong person to play this game. I wonder who Shirley Dallas is. But okay, so that was an interesting game. Here's my theory. Setting aside what actually happened, because I'm sure that this family was just a bunch of mouth-breathing idiots who made bad choices, I think what was happening is the family basically listened to Great-Grandma Edie and nobody ever told her to sit down and shut up because her ways were old and fucking stupid. That's really how I feel. Yeah, like, that's kind of just what I'm feeling like. She just would seal off entire doors, like, with food and stuff left in them when people died, instead of repurposing them or else like keeping a memory and then moving on. She just like kept on keeping herself anchored to the past. And that's just such a bad way of living. So like, I kind of feel like that's most of it, you know. Her... Was it Sven and Edie? Were they the great-grandparents? I think they were. And they came over with Odin or whatever, and then the house sunk, and then they built it and everything else. Yeah, Yeah, I think her ways were just old and stupid, and that's what killed so many people. Yeah. I can't really think of anything... I can't really think of any other thing that's going on here. I think they were a family of people that weren't very smart, that lacked common sense, and were just stuck in their ways, and that got them all killed. I mean, I guess that's fine. Yeah, I think, let me try to run through. So who was the first we did? That was the little girl, right? So the little girl, I think, ate poisonous berries, hallucinated, and then probably died. Or drowned, or something, I don't know. Or she just stroked out and imagined all that in her dying fever dream. Obviously Sam got knocked out of a tree. I'm going to assume Barbara was just like kidnapped, raped, and murdered or something by someone. Might have been the boyfriend, who knows. There was somebody else we did in the first video, but I don't even remember them. It wasn't the kid who jumped off the thing, because, like, that makes sense to me. The kid tried to swing too hard, and he basically launched himself off a cliff. Yeah, but the problem is that, like, none of them really stuck around, except for the kid who basically, like, lost touch with reality, and then, like, put his head in a guillotine and chopped his own head off. Yeah, I don't even really remember any of the others, so, like, there's, like, I guess pretty normal stories here. I just kind of don't understand what's the point of telling it like this perspective. Like, that's kind of where I think I maybe am the wrong person for this. Because, like, the kids, we know that everybody's disappeared, but we're trying to figure out what actually happened. Unless the argument is like, oh, well, the stories, the legends of what happened, that's the important part, but I would argue that's not. I would truly... Lucas Pope worked in this, really. Huh, interesting. He was a playtester. Cool, that's the guy who made Obra Dinn. And I think he's also the guy who made Papers, Please. What was I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess to me, family legend... Maybe it's because I didn't grow up on them. Like, my family doesn't really have much in the way of legend. We're just like a really practical group of people that's like, here's what happened and this is what goes on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why this feels so weird to me. It is a good game overall if you like walking simulators. Lasted 2-ish hours. I think I paid like $6 for it, so probably a little overpriced at $6, but there were some sequences in here that I did like, though. I mean, the one with Lewis is probably my favorite because I really liked the art style. And sort of like the dangers of escapism there. The thing with Walter was kind of weird. I could understand how that happened, but it's a kind of interesting story of a man who basically lived his life in fear of nothing. You know, little Gregory there, he drowned in the bathtub. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting-ish story, I guess. I'm presuming Edith died in childbirth, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting little game. Had some stuff to it that was really cool. Had some stuff to it that made me go, what the hell? It's kind of the vibe I'm getting out of this, but overall, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the series, because yeah, it's kind of a little bit different, more story-driven stuff, and I know it's not normally my jam, but it was heavily recommended to me, and I wanted to try it out. So if you guys did enjoy the series, if you wouldn't mind, please leave a like or leave a comment. How did you feel about What Remains of Edith Finch? No, I'm sorry if you guys feel that I kind of blitzed through it or that I didn't get it, and I definitely didn't see the point, but did you guys enjoy this at all? Now, what do you think? Is there anything that you think that I'm missing that you could explain? I'm kind of curious, because I'm always open to the idea that I'm wrong. It's entirely possible. Yeah, I'd like to know if there's something that, you know, maybe you could have, yeah, maybe you could explain for me, or, yeah, just something like that. Is there anything here that you think I'm missing that probably would have made this a more enjoyable experience for me? And if you're new to the channel, if you enjoyed this series, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I would really, really appreciate that. And for everybody else, thank you very much for watching What Remains of Edith Finch. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in another series very soon.